I was sitting with Cyprian, Ubah and Claudette, and we were discussing about the topic of topics that we can use to do our project. And then they told me how I see talking about FGM. So at the beginning, I was excited when they said to me, we will talk about FGM, because for me, I wanted to help like girls in my community, because I know the pain that they go through it, because I have went through it, and I know how it feels like. So I was really excited to start, and then all of a sudden Ubah just said, I am a victim of FGM, and she is. So at that moment, like, it was a shocking moment for me. I couldn't believe that she said it in front of a boy, and I was like, oh, did she just said that? So I was not focusing at all after that when we were having that conversation. So later on, I asked her, why did you say it in public? You know that we can't say such a thing in public, especially in front of boys. And later on, she was like, but if we don't talk about it, then who will talk about it? Who will fix this problem? And while we were doing our project and our application, I felt that I improved a lot, because that was the first time that I talk about these problems in public, and also that I admit that I went through it, and I came to a conclusion that my past does not describe me, but what describes me is the present and the future, and how I carry on myself. And if I am not the one who is going to change and helping the community that I came from, there is no one else who is going to help them. And I feel like us admitting that we are the victims will be easier for us to do our projects, because girls can be related, and they won't feel ashamed to admit also that they went through it, but they should save their younger sisters. For us in my country, the law exists. The government, the government make like that this culture should not be practiced anymore. But the problem that we are facing is that many people are not considering like what the president said, or they think it's the Western idea that's coming to them, so they are refusing it. Like, so for us, like, to finish this problem is to educate our people and take the lead. The president of Somaliland just make a rule that we shouldn't be practicing FGM.
There's so many problems that Africa as a continent is facing, and FGM is one of those problems. But what is like shocking and frustrating about FGM is that no one talks about it. Like, no one wants to discuss about it in public because it's considered as a taboo. So as an initiative or as a social venture, we want to like bring that topic in public and start discussing about it, so that people can know its impacts like on women's health. And also we want to like empower women through our program, so that they can be able to advocate for their own rights. My message to people in MENA region and Africa is that we shouldn't keep quiet when we see that something is going wrong in our community. Sometimes, like, for instance, in my community, we are told that we should keep quiet. If you're a lady, we should like try to be, I don't know, kind of reserved. But like right now, I believe that if you want to make a change in a community, or if you want to change something wrong, we shouldn't be quiet. We should speak up and raise the issue. And by speaking up, we are raising voices of many people in the world, and those voices most of the time are never heard.
Female genital mutilation has been practiced, that Somali community who live in my country has been practicing for so long. And 98% of the women who live in my country have gone through this process. So it became a part of the routine. It became a part of every girl should go. It's become a part of the faith of every girl. And now many girls and many women have realized this should stop. Because if I ask my mom, what was she thinking when she did to me, she will say, I don't know what I was going through. I don't know who convinced me to do it. So she's changing her mind now. But some people still are very conservative, and they don't want to open this topic to in public, and they don't want to say why they are still practicing this, because they think it's their religious requirement and they should fulfill this. So when we were competing, I was so nervous. I had this strong voice in my mind. I was like, you should do it. You are the voice of all of these Somali girls. And if you are not strong enough, well, these girls will not be saved. So I had this ideas and this mindset in my mind. And I was like, please try your absolute best. And many people were like, oh, you guys will win because they have seen our talk and they have seen our speech. So they were like, you guys will win. So when they were saying our names, when at the end of the ceremony, the winners was being announced. And then we were the last people to be called. And we were like, oh my goodness, you guys didn't make through. We were so scared because all of these people like were cheering after us. They were like, you guys will go through it. But at the end we did, and I did not know. I could not even describe how I felt in words, because that was like one of the best moments in my life, because I knew that I am saving thousands of girls who live in my country. When we won, we went back home, and many people have seen our videos and what we have did, and many people were so happy, but still also some of them were not, because a girl, how can she do this? And who gave us the power, who gave us the words to stand in front of people and to say those things out loud? Because it's a topic that we don't talk about back home. And then when they have seen me, who's victim, they were so shocked, and some people also were criticizing me. How come, who will marry you in the future? You are like, you have this loud voice. But on the other hand, there were many youth and many organizations who were trying to join our movement. They congratulate us what we have done, and they told us that we will be the voice of these many girls who go through FGM every day. We can't wait to implement our project in 2019, and with the help of all of these people, I think we can be successful, because everything, when you want to start a foundation, you start from the base, and if your base is strong, it will go step by step, and that's what we are aiming for, and hopefully in the future we will aim and we will reach our goal.